everyone! So today I'm going to be doing a get to know me tag. So I've been wanting to do this for a little bit just because you guys see me on these videos and everything, and I'll talk to you either on Twitter or in the comments, things like that. But I don't know if you guys know a lot about me, so let's go ahead and get started into this. So this is just a tag I found online, and I just was like, I guess this one's a good one, let's go for it. So let's try. So it says, what is your middle name? My middle name is Ray Rosa. Yes, I have two. So when I got married, I didn't want to get rid of my name. I love my given name. So I just kind of put my new last name on the end and just kind of kept my actual middle name and last name as my middle name and just added onto it. So, share your favorite subject in high school. Give me a minute. This may take a second. I went to two different schools in high school, and in the first one, I did a lot of the musical theater and a lot of the theater, and the second one was a magnet school for the arts, which I did chorus and dance. And so I'm just going to point out those were my favorite subjects if we're going to count that. But if you want to count like school subjects, I really did love science when we did a lot of earth science and a lot of biology. I really, really love that. Other than that, it's probably going to be literature because I got to read all the time, which I do that anyway. So it was like getting good grades for reading, whatever. Let's see here. What is your favorite drink? Water? No. Okay. I do love water because pretty much every day if I pick a drink, it's either going to be water or it's going to be green tea. So yeah, it's one of those. I really, really love water. I mean, which is a good thing. Most people are like, really? Yeah, no, I actually really love water. What's your favorite song at the moment? Despacito! Love that song. You know, it just gets you moving. Gets you ready for the summer. Makes you feel all happy. So I like that song. What would you name your children? Okay, so this is a discussion my husband and I have had since before we were married. It's one of those ones that's been going on for the 10 years we've known each other. So for a girl, we want to name her Savannah Rose. And then for a boy, we can't decide. We have not been able to agree on one. Like, he really wants to name it something, and I'm like, we're not naming it that. And then I want to name it something. He's like, no. So boy is just going to be in the air. It's probably going to be one of those flip a coin when the kid's born type thing. Whatever. Next one. Have you participated in sports? Yes. Yes. So for most of my life, I was a figure skater. I was, a competitive figure skater I used to ice skate. We went to the pond in Iowa. Yeah, there's my countryside. A pond in Iowa when I was little. I don't even know what ages, but I know little. And then when we moved to Georgia, I started competing around 9 years old. I still skated, and I started competing around 9. And I competed all the way into my mid-20s. And I still skate for fun, but I just don't compete anymore because it is really, really tough on your body. I also do ballet. I love to dance and do ballet. Ballet is definitely my favorite. It is totally a sport, so don't look at me like that if you think it's not a sport. It is definitely a sport. It is very hard. It is very difficult, and it hurts a lot. But it's so much fun. And then, yeah, I just play softball for fun with friends sometimes. I do love sports. So any sport, I am perfectly fine. Let's go do it. Let's see here. What is your favorite book? That is a hard one because how am I gonna, okay, so if we're talking book, really, it's gonna be the first Harry Potter. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. I mean, come on. Just because it's one of those ones where you read the book, and I just absorbed that book. Like, at first I didn't want to read it or anything like that. I was like, ugh, it's too much hype. It can't be that good. It's a kid's book, whatever. Because I think I was in college when it really started to get big. Well, no, I think I was like end of high school, being in college, something like that. And I refused to read it. But I remember going to my friend's college to visit, And she had it in her dorm room while she was in class. And I was like, you know what? I'll read a couple chapters and see what this is all about. And couldn't put it down. May have stolen her book. And just absorbed it. Like, just the whole series. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Other than that, it's going to be a Jane Austen book. I think I really, really love Pride and Prejudice. It's amazing. God, this is a hard one for me, too, because I'm just going to start listing off a ton of books. Pretty much, like, I have those Barnes & Noble classic books that are leather bound that, like, anybody's like, what do you want for your birthday or what do you want for Christmas? That's a good go-to. Like, I always tell them, like, a very good go-to book for me is any of those classic leather bound books from Barnes & Noble. So I have, like, a whole ton of them over there. Pretty much any of those. Like, I just love classics. I love reading. So, yeah, my favorite one of all time so far is just going to be Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, but all of them. Just any book. Give me a book, I'll read it. That's how I work. What is your favorite color? You're going to learn I'm indecisive here. Purple and blue. Those are my two favorite colors. Yeah, yeah. If I have to pick like my favorite color, it's going to be a sapphire blue just because sapphire is my birthstone. It's on my rings. It's a Ravenclaw color. Yeah, that's just how it works. That's my favorite color. What is your favorite perfume? Right now, it's going to be the Daisy by Marc Jacobs. Love that smell. And there's something about, like, you know when you put a perfume on and, like, you go out, or you go to work or something like that? Everybody's just like, oh, what's that perfume? It smells so good on you. That's that perfume for me. Like, everybody was like, oh my God, you smell so good. What is that? Oh my, I had so many people ask me what it was. So I absolutely love the Marc Jacobs Daisy right now. Just great smell. What is your favorite holiday? That's easy. This one I'm not indecisive about. Halloween. Absolutely love Halloween. And it's just, I love, you know, just fall in general. So basically for me, from September through December, best time of the year. Absolutely love it. Let's see here. Ooh, what is your favorite animal? My dog's sitting right there, so I'm just kind of like, I'm sorry. Just cover your ears. I love horses. I love my doggies too. I love, love, love my dogs. But I love horses. To me, horses, I think, are one of my absolute favorite. That's my favorite land animal. My favorite, oh God, see? Yet again, indecisive. My favorite ocean animal is going to be, I love sea turtles and I love orcas. I'm just one of those people, I love a lot of different things. So this is probably the worst tag, the worst thing for me to do. Is to do a tag where it's like, what's your favorite this? What's your favorite that? Because there's going to be like 2 or 3 of them. Next one. On a scale from 1 to 10, rate your childhood. I don't know. What do you mean? Like, I'm assuming I'm going to go with 10. Just because it's one of those things where, like, you have ups and downs in life, and I don't like to sit there and look on the bad times. Like, I had a rough time with both my grandparents died my freshman year in high school, and I was so close to both of them that it was just devastating for me, and it was devastating for my family. They were a huge staple in my family. So I remember just all of that, and I don't want to look back on that and just be like, oh, it was really bad. Like, so you know how you have highs and lows in life. I don't like to sit there and go, oh, well, it was a 7, you know, whatever, because of this, that, and the other. You know what? I had a great childhood. I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm healthy. I got to do a lot of different things that a lot of people didn't do. I mean, figure skating. How many people get to say that they got to travel and compete in figure skating? So, I mean, I'm going to go with a 10. I had a pretty good one. We traveled a lot. I got to do a lot of different things. I love, my brother and I still have a very odd relationship, but we have a good relationship. I still have, a really good relationship with my parents. It's just like, I mean, I'm not going to say, oh, well, I didn't get on the cheerleading squad, so my childhood was a 5. Mine was a 10. I'm alive. I'm happy. I had all the stepping stones I needed to get through things, so I'm excited about it. Next, have you been out of the country? Yes, but not to Europe. Dustin, hubby, looking at you. Just saying. I really want to travel around the world. He's not so much. He's more of a homebody. He likes to stay in the U.S. and likes to stay kind of close and doesn't like to venture to odd new places, and I do. I've been out of the country. We went to the British Virgin Islands, and I highly suggest that if you are a traveler. So much fun, so much to see there. Love the culture. I mean, obviously love the drinking. Everybody down there drinks. It's like, woohoo. So much fun. So beautiful, too. Some of my pictures, if you go to my Etsy or if you go to my website, you can see some of the pictures I've taken were from the British Virgin Islands. And they're some of my favorite ones because it's just, you don't even have to like set up your camera or anything. Like, you don't have to like sit there and mess with the ISO or anything or shutter speed. You just click and it's just a gorgeous shot because it's the British Virgin Islands. It's gorgeous. I'm trying to think. I think that was pretty much it, sadly. Everything else I've been to, the Caribbean because my family's from Puerto Rico, so I've been to the Caribbean and I've been around a lot of the U.S., but, I would love to go to Britain and Scotland, and I would love to go to Japan, want to go to Germany, want to go, there's a ton of places I want to go. I have this huge long list. Indonesia, Fiji, I'm totally in. But it's just I haven't gotten around to it yet. So I do have a long bucket list to work on there. Do you speak any different languages? I speak English very well. I speak crappy English very well. I do understand Southern. Speaking it in Spanish, it's one of those ones where I can hold my own somewhat in basic conversations, and it gets better when I'm around Spanish speakers. Like, it starts to come back, and it, like, when I go to visit my family down in Puerto Rico, like, it starts to come back and everything like that, and I start to pick up faster and faster and faster. But just now, like, I don't use it enough to actually feel confident in it. You know what I mean? Everybody's like, at work, they'll be like, hey, Christina, can you translate? And I'm like, I don't feel confident enough to do that for you. Like, let's not ask me to do that, because I feel like I would mess it up, and I don't want to mess it up. So it's just one of those things where I'm like, I sort of speak it bad Spanish, but they're Spanish. Let's see here. Do you have any siblings? Yes, we just talked about that. I have one older brother who gave me 2 beautiful nieces, so I'm happy with that. Let's see here. What's your favorite store? Oh, that's a good one. Oh my God, what is my favorite store? You think this one would be easy, but apparently not. Oh, what am I doing? Barnes & Noble, dude. Any bookstore, basically. Barnes & Noble, totally. I can go in there. You won't see me for a few hours. Just go get a coffee, go walk around, whatever. You're not going to see me. I'm not going to emerge from Barnes & Noble for a few hours, so just leave it alone. Walk away. Let's see here. And my husband hates that because he's not a big reader at all. So the first time I think we went to Barnes & Noble, like, as a couple, I was sitting there and I was like, I took forever. And you could just see him sitting over my shoulder like, can we leave? Can we go now? Oh. So that's how married people are totally different. Let's see here. What is your favorite restaurant? Why? Why do you do this to me? Oh my God. Oh God. I'm trying to think. Pretty much anywhere I get to go and chat with friends. I love sushi, so pretty much if it's a sushi restaurant, that's probably going to be high on my list. I don't think I have a favorite. Like, I don't have one that I'm like, let's go there, let's go there, let's go there. I do like going, my friends absolutely love going to Cheeky, which is I'm going to use this word very lightly, Mexican restaurant. I guess is what you could call it, taco restaurant. It's not really Mexican food by any means. But they have really good margaritas, and they have really good tacos, and they have this really cool, like, taco bowl, I guess is what they call it, and it has, like, the rice with the mixings on top. But I love going there, like I said, because my friends love to go there, and so we'll go and talk and hang out. And so basically anywhere I get to go talk to my friends and family, I love going there. Let's see here. Did you like school? Yes. That question earlier was what was your favorite subject in high school? That was a hard one because I could have just listed off every subject in school basically and been okay with it because I do really like school, and it's sad because I did struggle a lot in school. I'm dyslexic, and at the time that I was in school, there wasn't a lot known about what to do for kids with dyslexia. So it was just, there was a lot of, and traveling didn't help, like moving schools didn't help, and I did move schools a few times. So it was one of those things where it's like one school, they would absolutely have no idea how to help me. One school, they did have a good program on how to help me. And then another school, it would be like, their version of helping me would just be like, okay, we're basically going to keep you in remedial everything. So it was like, okay, you're just going to hold me back, and I love to learn. So I actually had a teacher in high school because English, because of, the dyslexia, I read all the time and everything. It was just, I guess it was the processing and everything. It took me longer to write papers and to be able to explain things to them, which, in English, in literature and everything, you have to be able to read and then explain everything that went on and analyze. And so it's like, that was very hard for me. But my teachers would get to a point where they were like, I'd finish all my work, and I was in special ed, so this was in a special ed class. I'd finish all my work, so there's one year I remember my teacher just going, Christina, just go to the library, pick a book, read it, and then just write a report about it. Like, she got to a point where, because she knew I loved to read, she was like, she's like, I can't help you out with it anymore, basically. She didn't know how to help me with it. So she's just like, go pick a book, do a report, and, this is what wrote it. I'm like, all right, I'm fine with that. So I picked. My first book out was Shakespeare. It was a Shakespeare book. And she was like, well, set the bar high, aren't we? And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, I love Shakespeare. And then I picked The Green Mile after that. And it was one of those things where she's like, oh, okay. Like, yeah, you are smart enough to get through this. So it was very frustrating in school because it just, people didn't understand that, dyslexia is not a disability in the sense that I'm not intelligent and I don't know how to do things. It's just that I process things differently. So you may have to talk to me about it rather than have me write it down. I can kind of tell you a little bit about it, or if I want to write a story about it or explain it, it's just different processing than other people. So I love school. It's just that I've always struggled in school. When I got to college, I flourished. So if you have dyslexia at all, I will tell you, college may actually be a good thing for you. I had a lot of people tell me just to go to a technical college or just go straight into work. Don't even worry about it because you're dyslexic. You're not going to be able to do it. And I'm like, watch me. So it was a struggle at first, just getting used to how to do everything on my own and figure out how I worked well. But once I figured that out, like my first 2 semesters in school, rough, very, very rough. But once I got through those and started to figure out how I worked and how I studied and how I did all that, I just flourished. A's and B's all the way, and I got my degree in journalism and citizen media. And I went back and took pre-nursing classes to see if I wanted to do nursing. And I did some hard classes. You take chemistry and you take anatomy. And, chemistry, my professor asked me to be a TA, and I was like, wait, you think I'm smart enough? And he was like, yeah, you just know this. And I'm like, yeah, I'm getting good grades, but I can't really tell you how. I get chemistry. I don't know why. So that's one thing, is it is completely different for everybody. So that's, yeah, I loved college. College was totally fun. I still love learning at the college level. I would not want to go back to the high school or middle school level just because I think it was having classes back to back to back to back to back. It's just my brain would just start to hurt and not be able to process anymore. So that is that question. Next one. Who are some of your favorite YouTubers? Okay, well, you've got the top ones. Um, you've got Zoella. I love watching Zoella and Alfie Days. I think they're the cutest couple. They're really just cute to watch. They make me giggle. I do love Fleur de Force. Um, I'm trying to think. Tati, I do like to watch hers because I do like getting, listening to her reviews on stuff, things like that. I'm trying to think. There's a lot of stuff that I follow, and it's like learning, it's computer stuff like editing photos or something like that. Um, a lot of companies, so like Ulta, Sephora, things like that, and then a lot of equestrian. I do watch. I love riding horses, and I love hunter jumpers, so I do watch a lot of the equestrian competitions online. And so, yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much it right now. Like, I don't have this huge list of YouTubers that I watch all day long just because, I guess, at my age, work comes first, adulting comes first. So I don't get to sit and watch them as much as I want. Like, I'm already behind on between Alfie, Zoella, and, and I love Tanya Burr. Think she's so stinking cute. So those guys, like, I do, like, by the time I sit down and get to watch them when I have time, I don't have any more time anymore. So basically, that's all I have time for when it comes to YouTubers at the moment. Next one. What is your favorite movie? You gotta get into the split question. I love The Wizard of Oz. Love, love, love The Wizard of Oz and Mary Poppins. I think those two are all-time favorites for me. Other than that, if you want to get a little bit more, generic and broad, I'm going to go with Harry Potter movies. 3 and 6 are my favorite ones. And then I really, I just watched Me Before You. Oh, loved it. Like, the book was better. I mean, I'm just going to point out, the book was better. Just because I'm a book person. But I absolutely loved just, the movie was just, it had me bawling and everything. The Imitation Game. Amazing movie. If you haven't watched it, check it out. Just that one was one of the ones that just, I couldn't take my eyes away from the TV. Like, I actually watched that at home and just couldn't take my eyes off it. Loved it. What are some of your favorite TV shows? Oh, Jeezies. Rain, which was just canceled, so I'm a little upset about that. Thanks, guys. I started watching Genius, so that's kind of a newer one. It's about Albert Einstein. Yeah. He was kind of a butthead, wasn't he? But he was a genius. So I guess society accepts that. Whatever. Let's see here. What else do I love, 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 love? I'm trying to think what TV shows like I really, really love. And I can't think of one right now off the top of my head. I do love Lucifer. It's hysterical. If you haven't seen Lucifer, I love the little wit behind their conversations and everything. Oh, Call the Midwife. How did I miss that one? Call the Midwife, one of the best shows. Love watching it. Just makes me, it's a feel good inside. I love Heartland. How did I forget these? Oh my God. Heartland. Love, 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 love. It's a girl that trained horses and it's her family, and there's a lot of horses involved. Of course I'm going to love that. So yeah, those are some of my favorite TV shows. PC or Mac? Mac. Love my Mac computer. PC works great if you're not doing anything editing, if you're not doing anything pictures and everything like that, but I do photography and I do editing videos and things like that. So I love my Mac. Can't say anything else. Let's see here. What phone do you have? Samsung S7 Edge. I love the Edge phones because I love to just swipe off the edge. I don't know, I think it's fun. But I do love the Samsung phones. Absolutely love them. And I'm kind of excited about the new Samsung coming out. The 8, right? Yeah. The 8, because I have a 7. The 8. But I can't get a new phone now because my phone's still fairly new. Sad. But I love Samsung phones. How tall are you? 5'7", 5'8"? I think I'm 5'7". I think I'm 5'7". Do you have any pets? Yes, you've heard me talk about that. I have 2 beautiful puppies. I have Zoe, who is a Vizsla mix, and then I have a Bones, who is a Shepherd mix, German Shepherd mix. And they're both very needy and very sweet. So that is actually the end of the tag. Oh my God, 25 minutes, and I've been chatting for 25 minutes. So that is the tag. The get to know me tag that I decided to do. That was fun. Kind of out of breath a little bit. Wow, that's kind of weird. But I'm gonna go ahead and put this out there. I tag everyone. And the reason I do this is because I like to get to know everybody. So if you do this video and you put it up on YouTube, do me a favor, put a link in the comments below so I can click on it and see your YouTube tag as well. And that's it. Don't forget to like the video, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe so you don't miss out on any more of these, of course. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.